Alrighty, g'day everyone, and welcome. Hope everyone's well. Justin, Alan, Sensor, safe. Alistair, hope everyone's well. Hope everyone's had a good trading week so far. Kept your powder dry. Been a couple of reasonable opportunities, but had to work for it. So folks, just familiarise yourself with the standard disclaimer. Everything is for educational purposes only. A bit of lag there. And you are responsible for your own decisions. Alright, let's jump in. So, just going through the pairs. G'day Headshot. I'll come back and do this a bit more accurately, but CAD yen looks good. We spoke about this the other day. Sorry folks, no cursor highlighter. It's giving us those green flashes. So this is pretty good here. All right, we're getting the pause here. Have a better look at that in a moment though. Jay Woody. BNLF, very good. Good to see you. Okay, so here's one that's, oh no, look, it's right at the 20. CAD Singapore. On the weekly. Swiss yen. Oh, so it gave us a nice move through here. Pulled back. So it's now giving us, a bit more of a correction. So I had that short-term momentum with a flat 20. Often it'll pull back to it. Swiss Singapore, no good. So this is an example too, folks, how I just quickly eyeball the charts and basically just get rid of the ones that don't look any good. So I'm looking at the daily mainly dollar index. So just pausing at the high here. I've got a bit of an extension here, so I'd expect a bit deeper pullback. So this is what we've had. See, last week, this is the inverse of obviously the euro. So we had a beautiful breakout here, which coincided with the ABC on the euro. And this coincided, look, with the break of the, so there's the anchor. So this coincided with the corrective channel break. All right, pretty good. So nice new early momentum. Oh, there's that flash. Sorry, folks. I need to reboot my computers at the end of the week. So this is a good setup. Look, the 20's here, the 8's here. So there's that early momentum coming in. So if you can get onto trades there, they're the best ones. So you can see the result there. So I would be expecting this to give us some sort of, cup with handle through here. I have to trust the trend until I see otherwise. Now this could end up a double top, yeah, but let's wait and see if we get strength against it. Euro Oz. Okay, this is probably worth a look. It's getting near a low. Right, we've got the 2/3. So here to here, here's the 67. Right, now could Euro Oz be liking 50s and thirds? Possibly. There's reasonably clear under there. Right, so it's right at this low. So I would just be careful with that, but this is worth looking for shorts down because we're seeing Aussie strength. Okay, so we're just getting this retest here on the Euro CAD. So this is worth keeping your eye on for a move down, but I just don't like it on the daily. I have a feeling it's going to take a little longer. Euro pound is no good. Euro yen, we're watching this potential accumulation through here. So it kind of moved. It's gotten a bit deeper now. So it's a little bit sort of crossed up on the daily. So Euro New Zealand the same. Euro dollar. Alright, so we had that break lower. Beautiful trade through there. So hope some of you stayed on. Around this low here and the shakeout through the low. Suspected, potential up move, even if it's only just in the interim. A little bit of a retracement. So we're getting that. I want to see how this plays out. We're already, I would say, at a larger ABC. So I would be looking for more to 161. But, so we've covered this move. So we've had a big down move. We could easily come back right back up into this region. Right, so there's your measured moves right at it. In other words, this leg and this leg are the same. So that could drop from here. That green is happening quite a bit, isn't it? Let me see if I can kill that program. Apologies about that, folks. Cool. Okay, I can't find it. I've already disabled it, so it needs a reboot. So apologies about that. G'day, Ruida. Alright, so yeah, this could drop from here, but yeah, I'm kind of wouldn't be holding my breath with this one. It's got a fair bit of come back. Headshot. Hey, gotta start out professional. Alright, so there's the 40-60 box. So I'd be looking for probably a pullback into here on the daily. So just a bit concerned about that one. There's a big inefficient move here that I would expect to give back. And we know Euro likes 50% levels. Alright, so this move here, look, 50% right there. So I would just probably leave that alone for the moment. Okay, so pound yesterday, we said about watching for a move through here. It didn't trigger. Who remembers this one? See there? So now we've got a bit of a base. So this actually is a little bit not better, but it's kind of following through now. So the anchor really would have been here. Yeah, look, you may have found something in there on a shorter time frame. But counter trend longs you can probably consider with this one. Thanks, B and Aleph. Yeah, there's a little bit of news this week, and we've got Jackson Hole. So we can see the markets have had a move, and this is how markets work. They have a big push, and then we get a corrective and all of this chop, and then they move again, or they give back. But while it's in this chop, and this can last, a week and a half sometimes, maximum, or maybe even more. But, usually 3-4 days, up to a week on average, before it kind of shows its hand. So this is not bad for short-term longs, but it's probably not one that I'm going to include, so I'm going to remove that. Would have been reasonable back here, because it would have given enough room then to come back and sort of test any sort of area, and moving averages are just visual guides. So you can see the 8 here in high momentum moves. So why does price respect these a lot? I believe it's because the algorithms are using these as areas. They've got to pick an area. They're using the 8 and the 21, or the 8 and the 20, as areas where the orders are. I see it commonly with equities as well. We get a gap in the morning, pulls back, and then it just holds, an 8 period, like on a 2-minute chart, for up till lunchtime for 2 hours. Right, so it's definite that the algorithms are using that as an area to buy off. Right, so you just got to be careful when it hits these. Okay, so the Aussie's showing strength. Right, it's a pound Aussie. If the pound does flounder and not move hard, this one might continue. This is not bad. Pound Oz. There's a nice little consolidation there and continuation. So that one's worth putting on. Pound Aussie. So it's broken this low reasonably. Right, so it's given back this inefficient move. It's consolidated there. It's done the pop. So really look for a pullback, some sort of entry in here. Pound CAD no good. Okay, pound Swiss. I'm not going to include it, but so notice here. So here's the 8, and notice it's tagged it, and it's just sitting there. Had some selling come in. So now we're just getting just a little stall here. So sometimes these can be reasonable to play back to the 20 on the daily. Are we talking 50 pips maybe? So you might want to drop down to the shorter time frame and have a look through there. You might find something. We do actually have an ABC there. Look, with a little cradle in there, back to the 20. Right at B wave. Got a bit of our price void through there. Okay, so on the 60 minute, we've got that definite Definite V reversal as a shakeout. Another one through here. So yeah, okay. So if pound, does get a move on, you might find this moves. So this is worth watching. We've also got kind of one of my favourite patterns, the head and shoulders against some sort of resistance as a continuation pattern. So yeah, it's worthy. Look at the volume through here. Right, that is worthwhile for a counter trend long. I know it flies in the face of the pound Aussie short. Pound yen. I was going to say we might find that some of the other pairs are just neutral and just chopping about. Pound New Zealand will probably look short. Okay, so we had a look at this structure here on the daily. We identified the wedge on the 4 hour, and we said this is going to be the key level here. So notice they couldn't break through it. All right, so I'd take that one off your watch list now. We didn't get what we wanted. We wanted some sort of cut with handle or something in here. Pound Singapore. Singapore tends to be neutral. So we can see this is giving a little head and shoulders. Right near the 8. So just be careful with that. But yeah, this is kind of showing a little bit of a little possible basing structure. I'll go back to the indices in a moment. Good to see that some of the Asian markets, the Asian indices pulling back and moving. Okay, so New Zealand, once again, had a big move. Now it's just sort of basing out. What's its next move? Are we going to get a reversal here and give back a lot of this? Or are we going to pull back in around the 20 and move down? A big weekly bearish bar. Well, so probably where some of you have come from and know me from. I didn't use a lot of Fibonacci there because it was probably not necessary, but I do. Fibonacci, certainly, I use it extensively in my work. I'm happy to. Even moves like this, right? So I'd be looking at this one, moves through here, and then as it breaks, one of the key clustered levels, I'm looking for how it pulls back in here. Just like any normal pullback. So here's our 40-60 bucks. So I'd be looking at in here, kind of lines up with the 20. See how it plays out in around there. Straight off I can see this is probably through the 61. Yep, so it's there through there. So from a trend perspective, this was the line in the sand. Right, so you've often seen me write that, LIS. Line in the sand, right there. Below that, especially a hold, a reasonable hold, which I'd consider. I consider now from a retracement perspective that it's turned bearish. And where's the trend anchor? Just so happened to be right here as well. So it's kind of crunch time there, isn't it? So there we go. Good little quick lesson. New Zealand CAD, we were hoping this was going to continue short. We did say, watch out around this level here. I think you asked about the stop safe, didn't I? So I said, just be careful here if it can't break through. That should be one of where you take something off, a third or a quarter. Even if your stop is up here, through here. I think we set it around here or around here. Even so, take something off there. because that's where potentially it could stall, and you can see it actually has. Right, so once you did that, 4 hour, your stop really should be here now. So that's probably the outcome of that one is probably a small loser. It's worth an attempt. A lot of times when the markets are quiet, we won't see follow through. Okay, Singapore yen. This one here, look, just going sideways for days. Ultimately looking for longs on this one. Dollar CAD. Dollar CAD did its move. So the trend is now changed to up. We're pulling back. So here's that similar look, isn't it? So here's the 8. Here's the 20. All right, so they've gotten wide. Due. Well, we've got the nice big ABC now. Right, so this is what I'm expecting from some of those others. Bit of a messy area on the weekly. Dollar Chinese was a bit of a standout. I still like this, but same thing, want to see it just give us something here. Well, that's what the count looks like. It's an extended fifth. Wave 3 is not the shortest. Looking for possible shallow correction in there. We can see the backed up with divergence on the RSI. Yep. Right, in time, that'll be worth continuing to look at. Dollar yen, it's paused around the anchor. Same thing with this. Look, this is just playing out. Now, often those big moves will produce the ABC. And a lot of you have heard me talk about the B into C trade. Right, it is counter trend. As you can see, we've got a corrective channel through here. So inside here, we've got ABC. So looking for a larger structure. So I'd be looking short with this one. I'd be careful around B and I'd be careful around here. Short term, short. Ultimately though, looking for this to continue. You can see we've got that same look here where the short term momentum's gotten a bit overcooked. We need to kind of, to sort of get back into a bit more sort of regular sort of trend. Where's an example? Here. See this? And we eventually kind of get back to there's the 8, there's the 20. So you can't sustain that level of momentum. Does that make sort of sense? And you can see we've had it early. Okay, good. So from New Zealand CAD. Okay, dollar Swedish was another standout. Same thing. Look where it's creating this. Oh, there you go. Look, so price is just updating. There you go, B into C again. All right, so they're all doing it. Yeah, dollar Thai baht too. This is why you heard me talk about once price has already had a decent move, I'm reticent to take setups after such an extension. All right. Dollar South African will be similar. Yep. Okay, the big macro. Spoke about this yesterday. Looking for a pullback into this region. So we're round about the top of this. Now, we're actually getting so there's two ways to look at this. I do, senseless. Thank you. Okay, so this is the S&P 500. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then with a possible A, B, C here, and then another leg down. Now the other alternative, we need to see how this plays out. The other alternative is that we've already got a zigzag in here. All right, so this is A or B here, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into C. So this sort of thing, look. Or rather here. Does that make sense? A, B, oh, that green, C. All right, so we can see, possible C leg. How will we know? It will be when it'll be what this shows here. Does this show corrective, choppy price action, and then it heads down, or we're going to see strength here, and then a correction? That will be what I'm looking at. And ultimately, I want to see how this plays out in terms of retracement through here as well. Now B, if this is a larger A, B, and then C down, it will be rare that it will go above here. So if we start to see strength come in through there. So, I mean, so far so good. But I'll be conscious, though, of the same. B into C. All right, so looking for trades in there. So far so good. It's right at the top of the base channel. It's another good sign. So let's see what we get. It'll be interesting here. Nasdaq, just trying to break the anchor. Dow was okay though. The VIX is pulling back. It is above the 20 though. So see, this has got the ABC look again. So a little bit of caution warranted, I think, folks. So some of the ones that are worthy of a mention. Gold. Spoke about gold the other day, didn't we? Remember this? The 61 and the 67. Right, so you can see we've done that. So still considering the trend bullish. In terms of, look, the bigger weekly, I was looking for 1, 2. Where's the trend anchor? It's here. So we're in a daily downtrend. So the trend in terms of retracement is bullish. The anchor though is here, so we've got to respect that. So we've got to look for other factors. So momentum, Dow theory trend change, which we haven't got. So I still keep looking for longs on gold. Does look like a third in here, doesn't it? Let's be mindful of that. Got a little bit of strength in there. It's probably gotten a little extended. It kind of could have gone either way through here. I thought that was just worthy of a mention. The weekly pivot there got sort of minor support and resistance through here. But that's what we were looking at. It's played out. Aussie yen. So Aussie yen's giving us this big ABC, very similar to Swiss yen the other day, last week rather. Got this big pause on the weekly, got a big ABC through here. Divergence here, so this will be some sort of fifth. But hopefully a 5 of a larger 3, so we can see the big, oh, here we go, I've got it written in here. V reversal into C. I was watching how it navigated this channel line. What I didn't like on the 4 hour was the price action leading into it. Is that it? No, it's not. Right, I wasn't comfortable with this, but thankfully it's actually kind of, oh, that's terrible. It's kind of improved, hasn't it? That we can take this as just one big consolidation or a big rectangle. It's popped out of that now. Excuse me. It would have been probably a little better if that had been sort of higher. Maybe in this region, in other words, here, because it was a beautiful little consolidation there, right there. Anyway, it's done its thing, so you got support and resistance up here. Definitely, stronger resistance here. Look at the orders that have come through here. Right? So be a little careful with that. It's already paused there where I'd expect it. Right? This first bar. But look for longs through here. Aussie yen. 4 hours. Yeah, the 4 hours gotten a little extended, but look out of this structure. Had a nice move. There's that pause. So gap down during the day and a move. So yeah, this is actually worth putting on the list. So counter trend long. Aussie yen. And the other one was Aussie New Zealand that we spoke about. At this wedge. Don't know whether anyone found anything through there. I didn't take anything. So that was thought that was worth a mention. Okay, CAD Swiss, just getting to that. Very good, Alistair. So CAD Swiss, we like this one through here. We have the nice pop here. The daily looks not bad. Got a little bit of layered resistance through here. So just be mindful of all of this. However, nice thrust here. All right, now in terms of extensions, headshot. Right, we've got a nice little right hand extension here. In other words, this. Right hand extension, see it there? So I'll use the high and the low of that. Okay, so A, B, projected from C, and I'm looking for D up here. All right, so this is a lesson on extensions. All right, so I've put my extension tool. So what am I looking for? The very first one, AB equals CD, right there. Second one, 161. Well, let's go the 150. Right, if it's euro, often it'll do 150. And then the 161. Right, so some of you may know these as COP, and then the objective point, and then the extended objective point. So don't worry if you're not understanding what I'm saying. A, B, C, and then we're looking for D. Okay. So D can be here. Or here. Does that make sense? In other words, looking for AB equals CD, so the 100% extension, or the measured move here, the other one, AB by 1.618, these are the common ones, equals CD leg, right? C, D. How's that headshot? Like that one? Let's put that in there. There. Let's do a reverse fib in here as well. There's a good one as well. That's a common one. Alright, so this little base right here as well. So this looks like a reasonable short-term target. The other one was up here. And if you want, you can do a measured move legitimately, right? You can't just put it anywhere out of here. Right, project it from there. Let's see where that comes as well. Couple of good lessons today, people. Oh, let's bring us up here, which I think is probably more reasonable. There's that one. All right, there's a few. Let's have a look where that lines up on the daily. Oops, did I just put a sell limit on? Or somebody. Alright, so yeah, they're not bad, that one. It's probably a higher probability. No, not bad. Yeah, you can, Justin. Yeah, absolutely. You can apply those to any time frame. Alright, maybe down the track, I'll teach you how to project from certain candlestick patterns as well. Remember, you've heard me talk about candles themselves have retracement properties. Who remembers that? Right, look at that. Right on the 50%. See it there? I know it's a bit light, that's how I kind of have them. Right, so if we're looking for the pullback, we've seen this candle, we're looking for a pullback. We know we don't want to go under the 61. Look where it's pulled back to. Can you see it there? Safe has a suggestion. If it's possible, post a list on the Telegram channel. It's easier for you to follow up. Yes. Excuse me. Yes, sorry. You're right. Yeah, I don't look after a lot of the back end stuff. But we can. You need to be guided. I mean, this is all well and good. You need to be guided by price action as well. I think it's up in the next week or so, BNLF. Let me take a screen grab of this and maybe we can pop this up. It's a start, isn't it? Here we go. Yeah, I'll see if I can do that, plus the watch list. Alright, so CAD Swiss. We spoke about that the other day, CAD Swiss. So I'd still keep looking for longs on this. This is worthwhile. WTI, we did. This has worked pretty good. It's now crunch time, so just be a bit careful in here. But this will be worth looking for longs in time. We did Aussie yen, CAD yen. CAD yen's getting a little steep. It's up to you whether you want to take some sort of breakout trade here. You want to keep your eye on oil. If oil can push, this maybe will as well. If you like that one, your stop can be here. It doesn't need to be all the way swinging under this. That'll be too far. If it's going to fail, it'll fail relatively quick. So far, oops, guys. Getting terrible colour, aren't we? Okay, Bitcoin. Spoke about Bitcoin here. The weekly, I had a bias down. Daily's pausing here. Notice on the 4 hour, so it's right back to the 20, the 8 on the daily. It's right sitting on the base channel. The 4 hour, right, it's right up against the trend line. We've got a corrective in here. So we want to see this. We don't want to see strength through the top. We want to see this fail here and down. All of these are relatively close to the low, so just be careful around there. But this could be fast. You get a move like this. Look for the pullback in here, breakout pullback opportunity. So that is what I'm seeing, folks. So kind of neutral, neutral to risk on. I'd still be sort of reduced risk. I'd probably just be, if you don't need to trade, I'd probably just be monitoring. Otherwise, just maybe go a little bit less risk. So there we go, folks. Any quick questions? So I hope. So this is my last stream for this week, folks. So have a good weekend, won't you all? Remember to trade safe. A little bit of news. So just monitor the news, and you'll see it in the price action as well, folks. So next week too, I think we probably the streams probably won't be public. So if you like and you want to continue, you might have to sign up for a subscription. So keep your eye out for that. It might be an early bird offer, but I'll maybe just announce that on the first stream or something like that. But anyway, hopefully a lot of you do join us, and thank you those that have come and watched. We had some good trades early on, a little bit of quiet market, so we've seen both. But if you like what you see, consider joining us. The yearly subscription's probably the better. So we will get into the workshops, but I'm happy to share a bit more of what we did today. Things like extensions, how I go about doing targeting and that sort of thing. Happy to share it. We'll see what sort of skill level that we get, caliber of subscriber, and I will tailor the streams to suit, okay, and the workshops to suit. But what I would like to do too, folks, is for some of our workshops, I want to make it a little bit more interactive where, I can maybe do a partial sort of mentoring session with somebody where, bring your trades, let's have a look at it, bring your journal, let's have a look at how you're going, and, use it as an opportunity for everybody to learn. So that sort of thing I really enjoy as well. So, let's see what sort of, let's see what happens. So hopefully might see a lot of you, continue to see a lot of you, and we'll go from there. All right, folks, be good, trade safe, and talk to you soon. Bye for now.